everybody, and welcome back to Am's Untitled Podcast. I'm Am. Hi, if you've never met me before, it's really nice to meet you. Welcome to my Percy Jackson dedicated podcast. As you know, last episode we started reading Chalice of the Gods together. So this is officially part two. So if you haven't heard part one yet, I highly recommend you go check that out first before you listen to this episode. But if you've already heard it, then let's carry on. Chalice of the Gods was something I was a little hesitant about because, of course, Rick was returning to Percy Jackson after so many years. And I was a little bit hesitant, I'm not going to lie. But when I read it, I absolutely loved it. And it had the magic of Percy Jackson in it. Like the same magic that was in the first five books, I felt again in these. So, yeah, I'm really excited. And of course, Wrath of the Triple Goddess comes so soon, guys. I just, I'm waiting because I feel like I've been waiting forever for this book. I know it's only been a year since Chalice of the Gods came out, but I've been waiting for this book and it's finally gonna come out and I can't wait to share it with you guys. As soon as it comes, my plan is to read just even if it's the first two or three chapters and share it with you guys. Um, I'll happily do that. But yeah, I'm really excited for this next book. But for now, we're talking about Chalice of the Gods. So there was something I needed to say. Yes, okay. So I do warn people, but I don't know if anybody like reads the descriptions on my YouTube videos, but I'm forever spoiling things. Like there's spoilers throughout these episodes, so I'm so sorry if something's been spoiled for you. So from now on, I'll try and remember to put a spoiler disclaimer in, which is, of course, this episode contains big spoilers from Chalice of the Gods. So if you haven't read it yet and you want to read it, do not listen to this because you're going to get it all spoiled for you. But yeah, right. Let's go through the chapters. So we're on chapter 8, which the title made me laugh, but we'll come to that, which is I Want My Mummy. Sorry, Rick just kills it with these chapter titles. Like, I don't know how to describe it. Like, it's the same, like, in the first five book. Like, each chapters have their own unique names. And I really missed that in Heroes of Olympus, but I'm so happy that Rick started doing them together because they're honestly hilarious. So the chapter sort of opens up with the trio lying on the ground. Of course, they've been cursed by what you call it? What's her name? Hebe, because Percy insulted her. Or there's a shock, he's offended another goddess. Surprise, surprise. And there was a little Percebeth moment here. So as they're sitting up, the quote is, "I would know Annabeth's face anywhere. I love her face." Oh, he's such a simp, guys. But it's quite cute. Like, if he's very, I think I don't know what the word is for this. Like, I'm trying to say something, but I'm not sure what the word is. He's very like only got eyes for her sort of thing, and I love it. It's really cute. And the trio realizes that Hebe has regressed them back to their younger selves. So basically, they're half the size of what they were, and they're basically children again. And she's got these chicken monsters. Sorry, I just straight face while I said it, but I couldn't do it. They get threatened by these chicken monsters, and Percy says that he wants to go back to his mommy. Oh, so cute. Just love I love that Rick like showed these really mature characters and then all of a sudden he's pushed them back to being kids again. It's so funny. I thought like the juxtaposition was so funny. And Percy tells them that maybe they should go back inside. And Grover and Annabeth are having a little bit of a sibling spat, which is really funny. Like I said, like I don't want to it's better for you guys to read it. Like all I do in this review is sort of sum it up and give like my thoughts and feelings on specific moments, but you guys have to read the books. Like there's just a certain magic that I can't um physically explain to you guys. Like you have to just read it. And they meet Sparky again, and she sends these predators after them. So these chicken monsters basically after them. Percy tries to uncap Riptide, obviously just to try and help the situation, but apparently it doesn't work because the magical weapons don't work unless you're 12, I believe, for a demigod, something like that. So he's too young to make it work. So Annabeth tells them the smart thing to do is to run, and so they do. So chapter 9 is the chickens draw first blood. So of course the chapter opens up with them running from the chickens, and they enter this like tube, which sounds weird, but just stay with me. And Grover has obviously the gift of being able to talk to animals. So he tries to reason with the chickens, and let's just say it doesn't go very well and it doesn't work. And Annabeth says that they need a sort of, I wouldn't know if you'd call it a distraction, but she has an idea, which is that they need to kidnap a baby chick and get the basic or chicken army to chase after them. So Annabeth tells Grover, "You distract the chickens while her and Percy run to the coop and steal a chick." So the way Grover tries to distract him is quite funny. He basically insults the chicken, and as Annabeth goes to nab one of the baby chicks, it bites her finger. Oh, that sounds horrible. These creatures are bloody demonic. It's just the fact that they're described as chicken monsters that I just seriously, it cracks me up every time. And they race back into the karaoke bar, of course, and with the chickens chasing them, they manage to barricade the doors while her and Percy decide to sing an apology song to Hebe to try and convince her to change them back, basically. So, chapter 10 is "My singing makes things worse," and everyone is totally shocked. Um, so, Annabeth turns on the karaoke machine, and Percy suggests that they sing "Jealous Guy" by John Lennon. I don't laugh. I knew that song really well, and I was just like, like, I'm surprised he knows that. And I don't know if it's Paul that's taught him that or Sally. I don't know, but yeah. Annabeth tells Percy that you have to be the lead singer because he's the one that made Hebe mad. So if anybody's going to embarrass himself on the karaoke booth, Percy's going to have to do it. And he does this big like dedication to Hebe, and they start singing. It's really cute because it's this really good moment with Percy, Annabeth, and Grover on stage, like jamming out. It's so funny, like the way it's described in the book. It's really funny. Like we talk about this a lot, and I've said this so much on the podcast. Like Rick has these moments where he puts the characters in absolute danger, in absolute peril, but he always manages to get a funny moment out of it to lighten the mood. And I love that about his writing. And there's not a lot of authors that can do that without it being unrealistic. But Rick nails it every single time. And he hears the song and she appears and she tells him to stop because her ears are hurting. Can't possibly imagine why. I'd hope that Percy would be able to sing, although I don't know. They apologize to her and for insulting her or whatever, and he turns even younger. So basically she always has to be the youngest in the room, like she's the goddess, so she has to be the youngest. um and she returns back to her age that she's supposed to be, and she offers to give them some information about where they could find Iris, since she isn't the one that stole um the chalice. So chapter 11 is "We win zero prize tickets." So Hebe tells them to go to the farmer's market um, to look for Iris. She claims that she stole the chalice. I love that they're just blaming it on each other. I don't know. And, the trio goes their separate ways. Percy meets Sally and he tells her about him turning 8 and obviously being a kid and stuff. He fills her in on a little bit of the funny stuff that happened. And Sally tells him that "I'm proud of you for everything that's happened, for everything you've been through." Like she's proud, and Sally's not had it easy either. Like I'll be honest with you, like losing Percy, being close to losing him so many times, and of course losing him for months in Heroes of Olympus. Like I can't imagine how that must have felt for her. And we're going to do Heroes of Olympus really soon on the podcast. I will come to that in Lost Hero. But yeah, it's just that scene was so wholesome. And I said that they go separate ways, but I never told you where they went. So Annabeth basically goes back to her dorm room. Grover, I believe, I can't remember where he goes, but yeah, Percy basically goes home to see his mum. And, Sally tells him that, it's his turn to wash the dishes. And Percy surprisingly does his homework and goes to sleep. I can see a little bit of Annabeth rubbing off on him just there, and I thought it was really cute. Uh, Chapter 12 is "Ganymede gets me a refill." So Ganymede comes to meet Percy, and Percy basically tells them that, of course, they went to see Hebe and she hasn't stolen the chalice and whatever, and they need to find Iris because she's the next goddess that they suspect that would have wanted to embarrass Ganymede. And Iris messages Annabeth, and of the brilliant mind that she is, she says that she has a plan. and um, she tells him that they need one of her children to help them. Now, what you mean by that is different, and I don't think I can go into that too much without spoiling the next bit. Can I say that? I don't know. I don't really want to say it just yet. Mm, do I say it? Do I not say it? No, I'm not going to say it. I'm going to carry on. And, Percy tells Annabeth that he doesn't love her plan, but he'll go along with it because, of course, she's the wise girl and she knows exactly what's going on. She blows him a kiss, and that's where the Iris message ends. They are just so cute. Like, how can anyone not love them? Like, it really blows my mind. I never met anybody in all these years that hated Percival. Like, how can you possibly hate them? They're too cute. Anyway, chapter 13 is we look for dead stuff in the farmer's market. So Grover is happy that now I'm not sure how to pronounce this name. The way I read it was Blanque, but I don't know if that's how you say it. Grover's basically, I don't know if he's got a little bit of a crush on her or something, but yeah, remember her, she's important, and we'll come back to that. And she this word vomit's coming back. Black May, why can I not talk? I've just, this always happens to me. Like, I get towards the end and I can't speak anymore. So Blanque tells them to follow her into the farmer's market. I think she's a child of Iris, I believe. Can't remember. It's been so long since I took these notes that it's like I've been reading so much since I finished Chalice of the Gods. Like, I've been reading Heroes of Olympus, so my mind is kind of full of that at the minute. So it's a little bit about Chalice of the Gods, but yeah, let's see. Annabeth tells Percy to relax because she knows that he's tense. Oh, bless her. I love that she's just as observant as he is. Like the same way, like he's always like looking out for her, making sure that she's okay. She does that equally for him as well, and I love that. They have such a giving relationship. That's so rare. They eventually find Iris, and Black May asks her mother to listen to them. They just want to ask a couple of questions, and Blanc May invites Grover to her studio for a photo shoot, and Iris basically gives them a promise that she'll try to help them find Ganymede's chalice, basically. So chapter 14 is Iris gives me a stick. So they tell Iris about this quest that Ganymede has given them. The Chalice of the Gods has gone missing and he needs it back. Iris tells them that she actually feels really bad for Ganymede and that she can give them information about who could have potentially stolen the chalice, but not for free. Of course, none of the gods or goddesses ever help for free, which is silly considering they create demigods to break rules that they can't. So if anything, they're in debt with their children, but whatever. Nobody's looking at the logistics, of course. She tells them that Zeus is hosting a feast in 15 days. So they've got 15 days to return that chalice. Um, Poor Ganymede's probably having a heart attack. He's like, oh my god, 15 days, that's not a long time. Iris lays her staff in front of them and she says that she wants it cleaned in exchange for the information. Um, and Iris tells them that it can only be washed in the River Ellison with the serpents. Oh, fabulous. A river full of serpents. I couldn't do it. I'll be truthfully honest. I don't like snakes. They really do scare me. Snakes and spiders are just two creatures I just don't get along with. So yeah, and I don't know why you'd want to bathe your staff in a river full of serpents, but whatever. Annabeth tells them that they need an Aerid to help them find the River Ellison, basically. And Percy says, you know what, I'll go and talk to Eudora. So Eudora is an Aerid that works in Percy's school. And yeah, she's actually a really nice character. Like, I really like her. I think she's really adorable. So that was chapter 8:14. Let's just sort of sum this up. Let's talk about my final thoughts. So, like I said, the whole chicken monster thing really made me laugh. Like when I was reading, like as I was taking the notes for this, I remember my mum was sat on the sofa, and I was cracking up so much that I had like tears coming out my eyes. And my mum's like, "What's wrong with you?" I'm just like, I just can't. Like the way it was written was just pure comedic gold, and you guys need to read it. It's so funny. I love that the trio did karaoke together. Guys, Rick never disappoints. He always creates iconic moments that everybody's gonna remember. And that karaoke scene is probably my favorite trio moment in all of the books so far. Like that scene was just like mwah, perfection. Um Hebe and Iris are actually not that bad. Like considering all the gods and goddesses we've met so far through Percy, they're not the worst ones we've ever met. So I guess they're all right. Um, we'll see though. We'll talk more about Iris in the next part. And of course, those Percabeth moments, they're just top tier and they're just adorable. And there's not really much I can say apart from that. I'm not saying anything that nobody doesn't know. Anyway, thank you guys so much listening in. I really hope you enjoyed this episode. Next episode is chapters 15 to 21. So we're going to be doing those together. And yeah, we're going to do a similar sort of thing, talk about main moments, thoughts and feelings, that sort of thing. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Episodes are available to stream there, and on Spotify as well. And follow me on Spotify, be the first to know when a new episode goes up. I feel like there's something else I need to say. Oh my gosh, my mind's gone blank. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, follow me on Instagram, follow me at Threads. Both are at Aamsuntitledpodcast. I'm more active on Threads. If you ever want to get in touch with me, DM me. I love hearing from you guys. I always check them, don't worry. And if I don't get back to you straight away, I promise I will do. Like I said, I really hope you guys enjoy the episode, and I will be speaking to you guys very soon. Mwah. Bye.